Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are talking Week 14 waiver wire running backs. So we'll be listing the top 5 waiver wire pickups for running backs this week. Number 5, we have Alexander Mattison, who's 27% owned in Yahoo leagues. This is a pretty dependent play. I have him at number 5 right now because it's looking like Dalvin Cook is going to be fine. The injury he sustained on Monday night doesn't look serious, but this is the second time he's re-aggravated it. So that's all the more reason that you want to make sure that this week you have him on your bench. If you don't already have him, especially if you have Dalvin Cook going into the playoffs, like if Dalvin Cook goes down in Week 14, having Alexander Mattison on your bench is going to be the most smash of all smash plays for running back, so you really want to make sure you have him now so you don't have to pick him up next week. Number 4, some people might be surprised I have him a little bit lower, but Raheem Mostert, after he torched the Baltimore Ravens this last week, he's only 13% owned in Yahoo leagues, but I have a couple qualms with starting him. So this week is a really horrible start against the New Orleans Saints, who's number 29. The other main issue is Matt Breida also looked really good before he got hurt. It's looking like he's going to be coming back this week. So with Breida, Mostert, and Tevin Coleman all healthy in that backfield, it's going to be a bit of a messy running back by committee. You're not really going to be sure who's going to get the volume each week. And then to make things even worse is he also has 2 bad matchups going forward into the playoffs. So there's not really a good matchup coming up for Mostert, and he's going into a backfield where there's going to be 3 healthy backfields. Doesn't look like this is going to be a great play, but still, when you have a running back that produces like he did on Sunday at this point in the year, it's worth stashing him on your bench if you have a spot and there's not anyone else that you can pick up. Number 3, we have Darwin Thompson, who's only 5% owned in Yahoo leagues. He's pretty similar to Mostert in that his production is pretty dependent on whether or not you believe that the running backs around him are going to be healthy. So Darrell Williams looks like he's going to be out for a while after suffering a non-contact injury. That's not ever a good thing. And with Damian Williams still out with that rib injury, Darwin Thompson is a decent play this week, even against a sucky matchup with the New England Patriots. Darwin Thompson gets a lot of his volume in the receiving game, as he did on Sunday against the Raiders, and that's how the Texans just took down the Patriots. So look for Darwin Thompson to be used similarly as the Texans used Duke Johnson this week. So if you need a play this week and Damian and Darrell are both out, Darwin Thompson is a good play this week. Number 2, 34% owned is Benny Snell for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, this isn't a great running back play at all by any means, but he does play Arizona this week, who they have one of the worst defenses against the run. They're number 10. He has Buffalo next week as well, who are a run funnel defense who typically allow a lot on the ground. Not a great championship week play, but if you need to start this week and next, Benny Snell is probably guaranteed to get at least 80 yards and probably a touchdown. So it's a good flex play if you need it, especially in non-PPR leagues. And number 1, he's owned in most leagues, 51%, but that still means that he's out there in a lot of leagues. Darius Geis for the Washington Redskins. He broke out this last week, and he's pretty much the only other player on the Redskins right now that looks like he actually knows how to play football, other than Terry McLaurin. I don't think Dwayne Haskins is the Redskins' future quarterback, but they're going to keep using him, and with that, Darius Geis is in a similar boat. They want to see what they have with Darius Geis, especially since he missed all of last year and most of this year. Finally, starting to come into his own in both the receiving and the running game. He has tons of juice out there, and he has a really good matchup against Green Bay Packers this week. The Packers are number 5 in fantasy points allowed against the running back, so it's a really good play this week for Geis. Next 2 weeks aren't as good with 2 divisional matchups against the Eagles and the Giants, but really, I think at this point, if you have Geis on your waiver wire, you need to pick him up and you need to start him because he could explode at any given moment. All right, that was the Week 14 waiver wire running backs. We will see you in the next video.